Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions with me, Marianne. Welcome to your December readings and welcome Libra, because today's reading is all pertaining to you. And it's a general reading though, so do know that you can always watch your sun, moon, rising or ascendant sign, Venus, and I even incorporate Mercury because Mercury is about our communication. How's that working for you? Well, we are officially in Mercury retrograde season. The shadow period happened and it was, to me, as powerful and sometimes even more powerful than the actual retrograde. But the days of the retrograde starting, which is today in Northern Hemisphere, it started yesterday in the UK. And then the end, which will be December 15th, those are pretty powerful too, where things get a little more tricky at times. You know, the trickster of Mercury comes into full play at those times. So anyway, and those things can be a little bit of technology issues, perhaps, like with uploading, communication can be a little mixed up. Forgive me for saying so much. I'm going to work on that. And also transportation. Now, last retrograde, there's like 3 every year, I actually had to get a new used car. And I had not done that for 20 years. And I felt sad, and it was very unexpected. And it's not usually the time to do so, but you have to do what you have to do. Ended all very, very beautifully. So there's absolutely beautiful aspects to Mercury retrogrades. I'm going to make that more and more evident as I speak about them because they get a bad rap. But there's areas that open up from the changes in a schedule, for example, and they're little gold mines or nuggets of beautiful epiphanies or times that you can do stuff you couldn't do otherwise. I don't know, the list goes on about that. So I'm just here to say, I started the readings with Aries and I end with Pisces. I could change that up at some point, but as soon as I did, I knew the day that we started Sagittarius season, which was the 21st of November. I'm reading these at the end of November, mainly so that I know that I can have extra time should things go wrong for my videos and get them up for the beginning of the, December season. So wow, I knew that this Sagittarius is an amazing fire sign, hence the red gloves. It's red or green in the month of December. That's what my spirits told me, and that's what I am going with a couple of exceptions, maybe here and there. I had Leo, who had a little bit of both, had the green and the yellow because they are bright. They are ruled by the sun. There was a lot of power. Mars, the planet of fire and passion and aggression and conflict and war and all those things, are in the sign of Leo, also a fire sign like Sagittarius. All the eclipses in the last almost 18 months, the last one in Aries fire sign will be in March of 2025. All of this is happening. There's such incredible energy and spirit and fun, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is positive. It's good luck. It's expansion. It's friends. It's connection. It's Sagittarius is fun, freedom, truth-seeking. All the really gorgeous energies that really work well with air signs like yourself and myself as a fellow Libra. So I want to put that out there. And then I will say that there's been some incredible, beautiful readings. So hopefully that's how you're going to take on this energy right now. Now, in the Mercury retrograde, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom, like I said, and it will slow things down. And my business has slowed down considerably. It's not unusual for this time of year, though. And it is almost welcome, really, because you can do a little extra shopping you might not be able to do when you're at work, and it helps me find a schedule. And the retrogrades are about spending time and just kind of reviewing things that you're doing and kind of looking over like new projects and how that's going to work. Like I'm going to be doing private readings. I do them in person right now. There's the link below. And you can come if you happen to be in the area, and I do them at my studio with Pure Massage Therapies. You would then, pick the time slot, and then I would send a video at that time. Or, that's kind of what I'm going towards. But if you're in the area right now, you can just come in person, like everybody does right now. So I hope that wasn't too confusing. But that's what this time will be for me, is really pinpointing and straightening out all the facts and figures and, all the things that I want to do moving forward starting in January 2025. Okay, so for now, we're going to start with your chakra check before I do your actual December reading. And for those that are new, welcome. I greatly appreciate you stopping by. I would love to have you as a regular viewer. It's my goal and my desire to help as many people as possible. I'm a messenger and I just convey messages. I do have psychic and intuitive abilities that have come through for many, many years. And I love to utilize them in all the positive ways. If something comes up in addition to the message of the card, I will speak that and let you know. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. So, but what I start with is the chakra check, because the chakras are such an important, vital part of our energy system. And there are 8 of them in total. They run from the base chakra to the sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and then upward, which is what connects us all in this beautiful, vast universe and beyond. Okay, that consciousness, that one consciousness that we all experience. And I know a lot of us understand that, and I think we're growing to understand it more through time and the transitions that are occurring. You can let me know what you feel about that, but I feel very strong indications that there's more psychic abilities coming forth with all of us, because we all have that gift. And just this knowing and this ability to manifest quicker and that sort of thing is really coming in to the forefront. And I'm very excited about it. It's, as I said, it is my passion. It is my lifelong study, and I'm here for it. So thank you for being here. The chakras are what keep us feeling our best, our most balanced. When they're a little out of alignment, it's notable, and it shows in that particular area. So I really just shuffle this under the table really quick and see what Spirit wants me to specify for you, or which one to focus on for today will be. Okay, it's a quick check, but it's an important one. And then it comes with the mantra as well, which is nice, because it kind of gives you that inspiration to focus on when you want to clear any kind of what may be considered a blockage or a feeling of restriction in that area. So for you, you have okay. You've got what is this exactly? Because I've misunderstood this before. I want to say the throat, but I think it's not. I think it is actually, nope, I believe it is. The 5th chakra, yes. Okay, so that's good. There are 2 shades of blue, and the other one is our crown, which is our ability to really receive messages from Spirit and from, the other dimensions. And it's such a beautiful thing. You can get that through dreams and so forth. So let me read to you what it says about the 5th chakra, being the throat chakra. Very important during a time of recording, certainly, and anybody that happens to have channels or wants to upload and start channels on YouTube, or just speaking, maybe a podcast and that sort of thing. The uniqueness of my voice is Spirit made manifest. I courageously speak my truth with balance and grace. And that's perfect for Libra, right? That's what we strive for always. As Lord Buddha said, neither jagged criticism nor flowery praise will keep me from my path. I hold to my wisdom with humble elegance. I hold to my wisdom with humble elegance. I love this. I love that. It's a great mantra. And it's so important to speak our truth. It's so important to feel justified, but also to feel a sense of confidence and clarity in doing so. So yeah, I do a meditation every morning, and I meditate on opening every single chakra. It's 4 or 5 minutes in addition to many other rituals that I do, but it's so worth that time. So I hope that's resonating with you in some way, and to make sure that you always feel at peace and free to speak your truth. Now, in addition to that, I like to mention what crystal correlates, because crystals is another very, very important part of my life and many people's lives, and they come from the earth. This is a part of Mother Nature that is just such an beautiful, miraculous part that's there for the taking and for us to utilize for all sorts of different reasons. And they can be for healing, they can be for protection, they can be for clarity of mind and soul, and the list goes on. So I will always be an advocate for promoting crystals. I keep them in my pocket at all times. One of my most favorite is the amethyst, and it is excellent for definitely enhancing your intuition, and it's good for removing toxicity and having protection, absolutely for healing. So for your fifth chakra, we then will go in to see about this particular, let me first find it. Yes, the throat. It is the lapis lazuli, is the crystal. And this beautiful gift that I got, which incorporates this beautiful necklace with two different types of necklaces, one brown, one black. I'm going to do it before I put it on, actually. This is from the past reading. It was for the sacral chakra. And so I will put this back in the bag, but let you know that this comes with every one of the crystals for each chakra. And it's such a gorgeous gift. And I feel like I'm going to use it forever at this point. But I will take out the blue lapis, which is such a beautiful, it's really about intuition too. It kind of works with the other higher frequencies of our chakras, which is the throat, our third eye, and our crown. And it's just, you know, speaking our truth, but speaking from the heart, which is the one closest to the throat, and the intuition that comes from our heart is the strongest intuition. It's what really, really guides you in your life. So I'm going to place this in here, and it helps to infuse the readings. Forgive me. Oh my goodness. I'll be right back. And I don't know, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous crystal. So let's see here. Let's place this in here to the best of my ability. Oh my. And say that I hope you're doing well. We are just about to celebrate Thanksgiving for those that do. And I look so forward to it. I get to spend time with my sons that are my light and my absolute love, and I feel so grateful to have them and to be able to spend that time, and to recognize that, you know, not everybody has the ability to spend time with those that they love, and that may have had to say goodbye to some of them, as I have as well in my life, in the last 7 years with some siblings, but longer with my parents, but as I always say, they are right here with me, and I speak to them daily, and I feel closer than I ever have, and a lot of the pain does subside. Everyone's different about that. My tears are tears of joy that I was able to ever experience the relationships that I've had, and that they were part of my life. And then I have pictures that I just look at them and say, I love you, you know, thank you. Thank you for everything. I feel incredibly grateful for that. I'm going to set that aside. So we've done that, but let me just read to you what it says about the throat chakra crystal. It's about truth, purpose, and voice. And I love that because, as I mentioned earlier, in the season of Sagittarius, they are actually the ninth house. They represent truth, higher learning, you know, freedom, travel, countries, all different, you know, aspects of the world, you know, because they're open to everything and to experiencing that kind of life, you know, and seeing how that life is lived, and definitely truth seekers. So It says, the lapis lazuli, I gently speak my truth and release all fears around judgment. And that's a beautiful thing because, well, it's everywhere. And so, you know, I don't think any of us can say at any time that they weren't judgmental in some regard, even if it was on yourself and your person. It happens, and it's something to really, really, I would say, meditate and pray upon, that you can release. Because it doesn't really have a place at a lot of times. You know, we all are our individual selves, although part of the collective, and we have a right to be individual, right? And I know you understand that, Libra. I know that as a Libra myself, I really love fairness and justice and equality and, you know, compromise and seeing things from many perspectives. You know? I love and I don't care for conflict, but I also love a good debate. You know, that's just, I don't have to agree with everybody. I'm certainly not going to, you know, start an argument just for the sake of being unkind and because I feel like, you know, my answer is the right one. It's just, it's different. But I'm kind of rambling on here. So let's get on to your reading. What do you say? I apologize. I can do that. I admit it. I'm going to be reading the Celtic Cross as far as the layout goes, because I change that up from month to month. Or sometimes they may do it 2 or 3 in a row, the same. But I love the Celtic Cross. I've been using that for many, many years. And I'm using the Rider-Waite Smith deck, which was the very first deck that I ever got. And it has a very, very special place in my heart. It was a gift. It was given to me and made in this beautiful bag of a friend that I still hold near and dear to me. He's a Pisces, and I have a Pisces rising. And so she was my brother's first girlfriend, the one that I lost in 2017. And we just, yeah, we have a connection like none other. It'll always be there, and it's beautiful. And so this deck has been so very special to me on so many levels. And I'd done readings many years from the past. I got this when I was 32, so it's over half a lifetime ago, you know, and I wanted to share that this month. You know, it's the last month of the year. It is a time of reflection because we do have the retrogrades. We also have Mars, the planet, warrior planet, you know, in Leo right now, which is about recognition and, you know, and fun and strength and heart and passion, fiery, you know, along with Sagittarius season. It does retrograde and it starts on the 6th of December. So you'll notice a decline in energy. And I can tell you honestly that I really notice it. I feel for myself though, and perhaps you can relate, is because I'm used to having a certain schedule that keeps me busy to a certain amount. And if it's not happening and I have more time to relax, which is very important, and I realize that more and more, it still lowers my energy. I haven't quite figured that out, and it's okay. It's all good, right? It's all perfect, but perhaps you're feeling that too and picking that up with you. I've done a lot of shuffling, but I'm going to do just a couple more because Spirit is suggesting that I do so, and we'll get on with your reading. And I will finish with an angel card to kind of culminate it, the reading. And just know that I have intentions of starting a collective reading. So hopefully that's something you would be interested in coming and seeing. I'm thinking Sunday is a good day. And then at some point a reading every day. And I don't know specifically other than the monthlies that I will do every month. So it would be great to have you being a part of the channel. If you'd like it, please do like, subscribe, and share, because it's the best thing you can do to help me build this channel, and I greatly appreciate it. So the overall energy is the first card that I'll be putting down, and it's basically what it says. It's just kind of what's overriding the energy of the reading, okay, first and foremost. And for you, beautiful Libras, let's see, I feel like there's one stuck together. Yes. We have the 5 of Swords. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. Now that tells me a few things. First of all, it's your energy. The swords represent the air signs. They're the Libras, the Geminis, and the Aquariuses in the zodiac. Now, the element of air is pretty fast, and it tends to move quickly. It's moods, it's like the weather. It's constantly changing, right? The 5 is about change. The 5 is absolutely the numerology number that represents change. I know this well because I'm a life path 5. And my goodness, I have so many events from the time I was 5 that I have notated and kept track of. And to this day, to write a little ebook or something on just how phenomenal that 5 has been in my life for the most important decisions or life-changing, things that have happened. It's always on a 5 date or one that equates to that, So 5 in swords, though, is like you're ready to kind of just let things go. You've been through this before. It's about conflict. It's usually kind of petty, and it doesn't even mean it was you. You may be around this. You may be hearing this gossipy kind of thing at work. You may be hearing it in outside areas. You're just walking by, you hear stuff. You don't need to take that on. You don't want to absorb that in. It's a happy time, okay? It's a beautiful time, and any time can be that time as long as you're allowing that and you're believing that and you're putting that out into the world. That's what comes back to us. So this is something it's not that important of all the swords. There's some pretty heavy-duty sword, energies, I will say, but let's just hope this is the most maybe conflictual. Is that a word? Conflictual? One of conflict energy that you have, because like I said, you're ready to just move away from it, and it's showing that anyway. You have the 2 people in the background. Maybe there's something that occurred, it's already done, it's over with, and you're like, I'm done. I want to remove myself from the situation. I want to have a good time. I want to be at peace. And that's what this is indicating for your overall energy, okay? So then we have the crossing energy, which is going to be your blessings or blocks. Well, there's the second sword, and it's interesting because I've been doing, you're my 7th reading, and these have not come up. So you're really in your energy right now, but this one, people misunderstand this one a lot. It does have a dual purpose to it. It is the number 7. 7 is a spiritual number. We as Libras are in the 7th house. That is the house of relationships. We thrive on relationships. This is very important in our lives. We've had the North Node eclipses in Aries and the South Node being in Libra for what will be a total of 18 months. The last Libra eclipse was on the October 2nd, 3rd, depending on where you're at. And it's been very transformational for us. This is about, look at the color, look at the solar plexus. That's the yellow. That's our area right here for courage and strength. There's a lot of yellow that have come out in the readings because we're bringing back. That's what Mars energy can do. That's what fire energy does. And it works really well with air. So we're feeling motivated. It shows somebody, taking some swords in broad daylight and, being seen. And they're not going to get away with anything. And if it's you trying to kid yourself about something, which a lot of times it ends up being, just be real. Just be as honest with yourself as you can. Recognize people for who they truly are. They will let you know, I promise. And know that you're always going to be alert enough to understand when you need to speak up for yourself, when you need to make it clear what you feel, and feel okay and proud and confident in doing so. That self-respect is very important. Self-confidence, the yellow, the power. And this empowering this card color is a good energy. So take this as a lesson. Maybe something that somebody did in your past that was not above board, maybe, a little deceitful, any of those things, you've learned from it. And that's the most important gift we can get. And instead of repeating or continually trusting something that ends up happening the same way each time. But I don't see that as being the case. I think you're seeing things much more clearly, Libra. And I like that. So I would say that's a blessing. The block is if you're going to overlook the inevitable or the obvious, okay? So let's keep moving then. I was actually working with the table so I would get a better, I guess this would be the width of it, right? So that you could see the cards better. I apologize for still working on that as well. But then we come to your foundation card. Now the foundation is exactly that. How is the foundation of your life? How is your body doing from the feet up? You know, a lot of times, I actually hurt my feet last month. It was a story I won't go into, but I have a Pisces rising, and that's the part of the body that they rule. And it was just, it was almost funny because it happened so fast. And I was heading to a birthday celebration, and I was just enjoying myself, and I felt the pain. But interestingly enough, the feet can withhold a lot more pain than other parts of the body as far as I'm concerned. So it all happened well. I didn't miss work. I took pictures because it was a long process. You'd have thought that I was run over with the Mack truck, to be honest. But I basically stubbed it, and here I am talking about it. Forgive me. So the foundation is very important, okay? And so for you, you have the Three of Swords. Well, I love this for us because the most important part you need to understand about this is already affected, it's already happened, and it shows that you are really, truly healing in ways that you've never done to this point. You've put it out there, you've prayed, you've made changes depending on what part of your life and what aspect is needing healing. And you're doing really well with this. This energy still remains there, though, in the sense that you're able to learn from it. It is a catalyst to keep you on the right track. I will mention, astrology-wise, that we've had Saturn, which is a very, taskmaster, time-related kind of, restriction type of energy that's been in our 6th house, which is everyday work and, duties, and health is involved there, and all these things that are important on a day-to-day basis. And that was affected by me. That's why I had to stop my channel for 2 years. It was crazy, right? But I've healed. It's just miraculous what we can overcome. And that's what I'm seeing here. So don't fret when you see this, because it's a beautiful sign that you've worked hard towards healing whatever it is. If it's not a relationship, it could be your finances. That's another one I'm on the mend with, I'm doing well, but there's so much to learn, so much to accomplish and to evolve. And that's what I'm seeing here for you. Okay. So good for you on that score. Let's see bigger and brighter things coming your way. This is the recent past, because you're doing all this work. You're feeling stronger about it. This is what the retrogrades do, is they make us really think and be introspective and really be as honest and truthful about what we need to do as possible. And then the recent past, and I hope this is it, is the 5 of Pentacles. So that is the halfway mark to the 10, which is the ultimate, right? But the 5 is that person, that situation in your life, in your past, that said something that just stuck, It wasn't pleasant to hear. It probably wasn't even true. And yet it's in that memory bank, right? That one comment out of who knows how many, that parent, that whatever, that person you looked up to that said something that just felt uncomfortable. It stuck with you. Let go of that. Just ask for that guidance. Just say, let me release this for good, okay? Let it be gone. And that's exactly what will happen, because these are just feelings that come from these words that we've held on to. These are, somebody else's opinion, perhaps. What is that? At one point, yes, that matters so much. I don't think it does as much anymore. It's certainly not for me. Trust in your ability to know that, this is a very, very easy remedy, okay? And it is showing your past. So let's see what your possible future is bringing forth for you, beautiful Libras. Yes, that's okay. So that's where we're going with this. We've had a lot of work we've been doing with the transition in the South Node in Libra. We are letting go of people's circumstances. It's not easy. I love like I said, connections, and sometimes they're just not right, you know, for all the reasons we've already spoken of. But you have the Four of Wands for your possible future. And that's everything. That's the 111 card, 1111. I don't know if you see it a lot. I definitely do. Look at the yellow in that. Look at the pride and confidence you have in knowing you are creating this life now. You've had the good, you've had the bad. We all do. There's that scale. We're always wanting to balance it. Nobody can go through life without challenges. It's just not possible. And it wouldn't be something that you'd learn much from either, would it? It's nice to have things mellow and pleasant and without any challenges, obviously, but not all the time. It keeps us going and motivates us. You know, it makes us want to push past the difficult things. And it does. It works. It's that fire, and that's what these wands are. They're the fire in us, the ability to walk through that portal there into the castle behind and be cheerful and happy and know that you worked for it. You certainly deserve it. You've seen the other side of this, and this is where you want to end up. It's where we end up. As I always say now in my mantras and in the morning, it's like the rest of my life is the best of my life. And I've had some pretty amazing things happen, but it's a good way to feel and to put out into the universe and then see what comes back. So then your immediate future. Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. Oh, I love it. All is well that almost ends well. We have another few cards coming up, but we've got this beautiful, and this could absolutely represent marriage, by the way. I didn't say that, but some unity, some connection, some partnership. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be an incredible partnership at work that's going to bring you some real new ideas, and, you know, you just work so well together. But you have the Ten of Cups. And that's the ultimate. That is the fulfillment of your emotions, of your happiness. Your cups are filled. You have great family relationships. You've worked through difficulties. You let go of family that just, it doesn't work anymore. Or they're not around anyway. So it's like you've built and reestablished what you consider family, right? They're not always our birth family. They're the chosen family. You have happiness, perhaps getting together with family for, as I mentioned, the holidays that are very, you know, all different holidays in December, and certainly Thanksgiving happening in the next couple of days. I love that. First of all, you know, you've always been, as a cardinal sign, Libra, somebody that wants to persevere and move and keep it moving and not believe for a second that things can improve. It's in your nature to believe that and to manifest it, because you're an amazing manifester and very intuitive. You know what it takes, and you can sit and make that occur through thoughts and through feelings. Often, you know, we do it all the time, but you're more intentional about it. We have a brand new moon in the sign of Sagittarius happening on the 1st, which is coming up this Sunday, the first day of December. Please do yourself a favor and write down those intentions of what you want to see happen through December, but then onward. Okay? Because I can't even begin to tell you what the possibilities are, just endless. Excuse me. Throat chakra. But moreover, you are making this happen because you never gave up. You never lost hope. And the yellow is really predominant now, isn't it? So then moving on to the last part of the Celtic Cross, and this is going to be your perspective on the reading, on life in general, kind of your peripheral vision, if you will, on how you're feeling and how things have transpired, and just an idea, you know, an epiphany. And yes, okay. Well, I can honestly tell you, and I don't always like to involve myself, but I am a Libra, and I will tell you, this is the World card, and it's a major arcana. And it represents everything and anything. It's new starts, it's travel, it's new perspective. I have actually looked into other countries that you go to when you retire that you can afford. Now, this is crazy for me because my family's here and I've been here since birth, but I don't know. It's just keeping that open-mindedness to it and thinking, is it time for me to explore in ways I never have. I don't want my children to rely on me. All these thoughts are coming through. Maybe you're feeling that too. So that's a perspective that you're keeping open. And yes, I want to travel. My gosh, well, I can. Of course, you probably are feeling that way too. You may already be planning it for next year and already have it on your agenda. You may already be in the airport right now watching this, saying, yes, Marianne, I am all of that. So believe in your ability to do and to have the life you choose and want. You certainly deserve that. And I don't know whatever made me think otherwise, but I had thought that for a long time, and I don't think that anymore. But this is what I want right now. And this is who I want to be connected to. And in addition to the people that I work on my clients as a massage therapist, this is one of the happiest sections of my life I've ever had. And being healthier now is everything, because that's the most important wealth that I could ever imagine or ask for. So that's beautiful. And then the next card is your environment. And we have the Seven of Cups. Lots of opportunity. There's the cups again, the emotional aspect, the delusional types of things in life that we think, wow, I could do this, that, and that. And I'm not denying or doubting that you can do that. I have that same kind of mindset as a cardinal sign. We want to initiate and do things. You know, that's why I get restless when I'm not. I think, oh, wait. Could I be being more productive? Am I supposed to be doing something or helping somebody somehow? Or those things come into mind. It's just natural for us in a lot of ways. What I would say about this card that I've always mentioned in the past is be careful of your choices and don't ever think you have to take on too much. One or two is great. I've usually always had 2 jobs, and I like that because it kind of keeps that balance. And also it keeps me from being too bored in any one thing. But know that there are always choices for you and opportunities are coming through. You need to sit with it and not feel rushed in it at all is what I'm getting. And these blue represent our third eye and our intuition. The color of the background, there's a lot of just knowing. So if you sit and you listen to your inner guide, it will definitely, and if you ask for guidance, of course, you will definitely get it. So I love this, Libra. I love where this is heading. And that's the kind of month it is. But any month can be that way. Any day can be that way. Any moment can be that way. And so then the next is the hopes and fears category. And you have death. And I love death. I mean, I love the understanding that death means the ending of something to start something better. The doing away with things that were absolutely not for your highest good, that were absolutely blocking your progress. There's a beautiful sun in the background showing brighter days ahead. It doesn't mean you will die, though it will happen one day. We all will die. I don't ever really take that into consideration. It represents the sign of Scorpio that I'll be reading for next. And you have a kinship because you're right next to Scorpio. I actually have about 3 placements in Scorpio. I find that to be very much a part of my destiny. And it's the deep thinking. It's the internalizing. It's the searching for answers and truth, you know, and recognizing the good and the bad and everything, and then reviving and transforming and starting over and rising above. How many of you have had to do that sort of thing in your life? And where did it go for you? Because I have, and I'm feeling another one coming on. I've lived where I have for almost 22 years. There's a lot of things I'm doing, but I'm going to be retiring from massage. It's just this inner and understanding feeling that you're in for a large transition, and I'm going to make it the best one yet. I hope you will too. Don't be fearful of this, okay? Easier said than done. Change it's exciting. It's the unknown in every moment of our life, but we can create a life we want. So hold that with you and stay strong in your convictions and in your dreams. And then the final is the outcome card. What is your outcome for the reading and in general? And you have the Judgment. Well, you have a lot of major arcana too, don't you? Well, you have 1, 2, 3. That's beautiful. In a row. powerful, beautiful, beautiful energies of working through all this conflict and perhaps turmoil, and realizing some truths that weren't necessarily pleasant, letting go of things, letting go of the thoughts that you're not enough. That's number one on my agenda for you. But judgment is already done. It's rising above. Once again, look at the bodies coming up from the coffins and the dead, if you will, and just starting over, starting new. The judgment is here for you. It's the right thing. It's karmic. It's meant to be. But we also supposedly, and I believe we've called this into our lives prior to even coming here. So we made an agreement and you're sticking with it. That's the karmic part, right? And I think you're going to be really happy with these next 20 years with Pluto in Aquarius, which is a very favorable position for us in the 5th house, and about love and family and fun, and things that we may not have felt so much when it was in Pluto and Capricorn. There was a square there, and it does show that we had a lot of hard work to do. It was about making money. It was about that survival mode. Well, that's kind of all changing, and we're being seen a whole different dimension now. And it was worked for. It is always deserved. It was, well, you never gave up hope, and I pray that you never do. And your healing is only going to continue. And we've got some beautiful energies coming up with the eclipses happening in the year of 2025 with the North Node in Pisces and the South in Virgo. It's about healing to another dimension. It's about our spirituality, our beliefs, our creativity, and taking it to the next level, whatever that may mean for you, whatever that, you love being creative, you love beauty, you're ruled by Venus, so aesthetics are going to be important, you know, just all the senses are really heightened with Venus as our ruling planet. This started out a little bit like, interesting, but that's okay, because all of it is a process of learning and messages that you can take with you. You may not understand or resonate with any of this. Please give it some time though, because I find it's nice to check out the reading at the beginning and then come back later and went, I forgot about that. That's right. Or take a snapshot or something to remind yourself. But let me finish with the angel message for you. And this is Doreen Virtue's deck. She's no longer, publishing or anything. She's done so many decks, and I'm an angel advocate. I am absolutely a believer in the angels and how they have helped me and protected me in ways that I could write a book of that. I'm sure all of us could, if we were really being honest and we know that there was something outside of our divine intervention that took place. It's real. It's always happening. I ask for help daily, and I always receive it, even if it's not in the time frame that I anticipate it to be. It does happen, and I'm so grateful for it. And I know a lot of the names individually that I asked for. I always bless myself before my massages and before my readings to give the best concise, messages that I can, even with the retrograde. So your final message, beautiful Libras, for the month of December is divine guidance. Because as I said, it's always there for us. And you will be shown the right way. You really will. Put that out as to what you want. Like I said, write those intentions. Sit with it. Trust in it. And bring it into reality for yourself. With the co-creation of the divine, which is always, always there in our favor. I love this. I love you. I appreciate you. Hope to see you again in January, and have an amazing Thanksgiving if you celebrate it, and holidays, okay? Take good care. Bye for now.